My name is Jim Callahan. I am a professional dog trainer with the Always Faithful Dog Training. I've been training dogs for the past 5 years. I've had my own company for the last 2. And we do from basic obedience to service animals. A service animal is a specially trained animal to perform tasks for their person. They're all designed to help the person that they're trained for. So emotional sport can really be just about any type of animal. I know you've probably seen on the news, people bring their emotional sport peacock on a plane with them. Whereas the service animals, there's really only 2. There's dogs and then there's miniature horses. Now you have to pick the service dog for the type of task you want. When we go to pick out a service animal, we're looking for certain characteristics. Got to be great in crowds, can't be afraid. They have to solely focus on their human while they're working. Generally, we like that they're able to retrieve things. You have to be able to withstand loud sounds, because a lot of times, if they're an emotional support service animal, there could be outbursts from their person, and you want them to be able to stay calm and collected during those times.
Originally, I just wanted a dog. And when I got him, he just had such a great temperament. He loved everyone. He was super calm, even at 4 months old, and just was like a lover. So I was like, you know what? I feel like this would be really healing for people, because just like how calming they are. And especially because I work a lot with dissociative disorders. So with that, like with PTSD, there's that tendency for people to kind of be out of their bodies, zoning out, thinking about, flashbacks or anxieties and things like that. And so he's actually a very useful tool in session, because I can have Miko sit next to them. He's big, so they can feel like the pressure of him. I'll have them like touch his fur and kind of like pet him, just to kind of like use him as a grounding tool for people.
Because the idea is the service animal is supposed to help the person live their life as normally as possible. And so we do a lot of work. Once we get the basic obedience down, the advanced obedience, some of the task training, we start taking them out in public. And service dogs are federally protected. They can go with their human anywhere, restaurants, grocery stores, everywhere. Whereas emotional support animals, pretty limited where they can go, and they're not federally protected. There's no federal statutes about what constitutes a service dog, which is good on one aspect and kind of bad on another, because you do have people that take advantage of that. Now, there are a lot of fake certificates out there. They don't really mean anything. It's really all about how the dog behaves. They're not asking for attention when out in public. They're solely focused on their person. Because laws prohibit you from asking about a service. You can't ask. You don't have to provide any information as to what they're a service dog for, or even any documentation that they've been trained. I've seen it myself. Someone who's afraid to go outside, afraid to talk to people, you give them their service dog, and next thing you know, they're at the grocery store. They're doing things for themselves. If they start to go into an episode where they feel very stressed out, the dog instantly picks up on it, pulls them back to a more normal state. And again, this allows them to live their life as normally as possible, and that's huge.